Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my girl, Stephanie Blue and True Claus. What are you wearing?
I can't even speak out of it. I made a Santa mask.
That is a lot of cotton balls. Is that what that is?
That is cotton balls. It's cotton balls. And I kid you not, a Kraft macaroni and cheese box and sports tape.
Wow,
So
you are so creative.
You spread out, you pull apart the cotton balls so it's kind of flat, and then you glue them on. And I made a mouth hole, and then I got sports wrap to keep on my head. It's actually very well made, but I realize I don't think I can drink my beer. But anyways, here I am, ho hose.
I see a hoe. I see one hoe on the other end of this Zoom call.
Hey, also, I realized that my sweatshirt is red, and I did not do that on purpose.
Oh, I thought that was a part of the costume.
No, it was just part of, I just bought it, and I wanted to look fly as fuck. And I do. So, how are you, Alan?
I am doing pretty well. You know, it is the holiday season. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Life is good. You know, I'm just getting through it, finishing up this year. I heard a little bit of interesting information earlier today that I am still kind of worried about.
What is it? I love interesting information.
No, nobody is pregnant, but apparently Facebook is on a rampage right now. Starting this past Sunday, they are going through people's accounts, and if you have posted anything that is aggressive, apparently too sexual, they are removing and suspending accounts right now.
What? Well, because they screwed up, all of us have to pay?
They're overcorrecting. That's what life is, you know? The hashtag Me Too is an overcorrection, and Black Lives Matter is an overcorrection. There's a lot of overcorrections going on these days to be politically correct.
So, like, are they talking about things like if you're making blatantly racist, homophobic things, or?
No. If you're making blatantly racist and homophobic stuff, you should have been banned a long time ago.
I don't think you were. That's the problem.
Not me, but I've definitely
not you, but like the Proud Boys and the skinheads and the neo-Nazis are all over there.
What I understand is you cannot even post the word sex on Facebook right now. And I heard this. I was like, I bet you I can. And I'm like, do I really want to do this and then get in trouble?
What?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I heard this recently. And I was like, wow. I mean, I actually have seen one of my Facebook friends that was in Facebook jail for a couple of days. But
for what?
I didn't go too far into it, but they had said something like their account was flagged. Their account got flagged for something. I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. I didn't want to open up that Pandora's box.
What about pictures of girls pushing their buoys together and doing duck face? You can't see it, but Santa's doing a duck face.
Oh, Santa. Do you want me to come sit on your lap and tell you
No!
Oh.
So what about girls that put their boob or guys that wear gray sweatpants on Facebook? Or is that just
on TikTok? Stephanie.
Is that just TikTok? Listen, they need to never stop that because their viewership is going to go way down, especially me.
You know, we both embarrassingly do use TikTok, and we dabble on it here and then. Most of our listeners think TikTok is the dumbest, stupidest thing ever, and they would be correct. There are some decent things on there, but you and I both agree that is it called just the ghost challenge or ghost filter?
Yes.
Boom. Bitch, I'm a boss.
Bitch, I'm a boss.
I could go on for days and days.
Bitch, I'm a boss.
Not how it ends. People have no idea what this is. It is super, super cool. Granted, it's like a dancing thing. And, you know, my nephew is the one who first told me about TikTok. And I hit him up the other day, my nephew Carson. And I said, hey, have you made one of those ghost filter videos? And he goes, I'm a gamer. I don't do dance videos. I'm like,
oh, my God.
I'm pretty sure your whole TikTok was 7 videos of the selfish love. Grab somebody,
take your heart. Looking again to but yourself.
I mean, I call that the Carson Miller song. And
First of all, I've seen videos of him dancing, so he's a little freaking liar.
He is definitely a liar. So I said to him, so just to explain this to people that have no idea what this is, basically it's this mashup of the Michael Jackson song, doop, doom, boom, boom. But then somebody raps over it. So what the people do is they kind of dance and then they freeze. And right at this moment of the song, they then come out. It looks like a ghost coming out of their body.
Yes.
And then they do it, kind of dance on the side as their other body is still frozen in the picture. And then they slide back into their body and it kind of comes back. And I am never making a TikTok dance video. That's not who I do.
Hey,
now
you do have a TikTok dance video up.
Oh, that was not for TikTok. That was when we were doing trivia, and I was just trying to be funny. It was more for hold on. That was a comedy video that I put on TikTok. I'm talking about these TikTok challenges, but Stephanie, of all the stuff you've ever seen, you would agree with me. This ghost filter is pretty fucking cool, right?
It's amazing. There's a lot.
It's pretty cool.
I'm sorry. There's a lot that's amazing. And like we said before, the more you watch, the more understand. So like I think when people hear like we're watching TikTok, like we're not watching like 11-year-olds, whatever. Like it finally tunes that like I'm only watching adults, and mostly adults and puppies.
Puppies dressed as cats.
I found a dog I sent you the other day. It was a pit bull wearing a Seahawks shirt, and I
didn't like it. It was terrible.
I almost died. You're terrible. My favorite dog and my favorite team mushed together. I love it. One more thing, which I was super excited about. I commented, and a comment of mine got 40 likes the other day.
Yay.
Which to me is
good.
Amazing. And I had people start following me because I'm funny.
You are funny. You should be doing more. I totally, wholeheartedly support you.
Selfish love.
Savage, not selfish.
I'm sorry. No. Sorry. Looking like an angel, but he says selfish in there. I have it on my playlist.
My iPod, yeah, I'm sure.
I have it on my MP3 player. All right, let's get into this alcohol, because this Santa cotton ball mask is
Let's do it.
What you got going on?
So, being the holiday season and people are giving lots of gifts, I have a cute little gift story to tie into my beer today. My beer is called Save the Robots, East Coast IPA, Radiant Pig Craft Beer. Save the Robots.
Save the Robots. Radiant Pig's some good stuff. I like that.
It's it says hoppy, juicy, 7% alcohol. I wanted to drink this because this goes back a couple of years ago when my nephew Carson was like, I don't know, 6 or maybe 5, and I turned to him on one holiday. I said, Carson, what do you want for the holidays this year? He said, how about a MacBook Air Pro?
Oh, little shit.
I was like, no. He goes, okay, how about an iPhone 12? Or maybe he said iPhone, he did like iPhone 10 at the time. That was the highest one. I said, Carson, you know this stuff costs money, right? He goes, okay, how about an iPhone 8 then? Like, are you out of your mind, dude? He goes,
what?
I want a dog. I said, no. He goes, how about a goldfish? I said, we are getting a lot closer.
Ding, 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 ding. Goldfish it is.
What are you drinking, Boo?
I'm drinking beer. So I am drinking a brand that I've actually seen a bajillion times, but never had the luxury of trying. It's called Grimm, Grimm, and this one's called Light, Lite. There are pictures of old-fashioned flashlights, old-fashioned light bulbs. I'm like it. I tried to find something kind of Christmassy colors, and you can see the red label, and you can see the font's kind of like neon green.
I like it. It has like a Simpsons kind of look to it.
It does have a Simpsons look to it, and this is the closest I can get to red and green. So this is what we got.
L'chaim to you, my beautiful, beautiful co-host. Release the Kraken.
Do it. I'm gonna have to. I don't know if I can drink with the Santa on. Let's try.
Yamas.
I cut a pretty big hole.
That's what he said.
I knew that was coming. All right, I could still drink with the beard on. So what's going on? Tell me. You're a busy man. I want to hear what's going on in that life of yours.
Oops, I did it again.
Uh-oh.
I did something stupid last week that I guess I didn't get around to telling you about. You know, I have my apartment in Hoboken, and I'm currently going through some work on it, and I had to meet somebody there for something. Cut out hours of my day to go to Hoboken to do this. Well, I get to the PATH train. The guy calls me and says, can you come earlier? I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I'm on my way there. PATH train not working from
What?
the 33rd Street line was not working. Oh my God. I'm waiting. Yeah, there was like an air brake problem. So then I had to schlep all the way down to World Trade Center. I take that there. I finally make it to Hoboken. I sprint to the place. I meet the guy there. I am panting because I have the mask over you can't breathe at all. I'm sweating profusely. We get there. I open the front door. No problem. We walk up the stairs to the actual apartment. I brought the wrong key.
No, you did not.
No, that happened. So when I say oops.
Wait, the tenants aren't there anymore?
The tenants are like home for the holidays right now.
Uh,
So I was like, oh my God. I told the guy, I was like, well, can I just tell you about the part? And he goes, no. So I apologize profusely as this guy stomps his feet down the stairs and leaves.
Oh, he was pissed.
Oh, as he should be, because he waited there for an extra hour because I was running late because of the trains. I felt terrible. I apologized a million times. Long story short, everything was made good. I found the right key. I did a dry run last week where I made another mistake that first day. So do you know every single time I go to Hoboken, I do something. I always do one thing.
You go to some restaurant and eat something.
I always get Cluck You chicken wings. My
Cluck
favorite.
You, that's it.
Always. Well, the first time that I was there, Seamless has since changed their app, and it's gotten very difficult to navigate. Or at least
I do not like it. I'm going to write
horrible.
a complaint. I do not like it.
Well, when I went there the first time, I put an order to go. I showed up, picked up the food, and it was a little heavier than I normally am used to. I get home. Apparently, I hit that button one too many times and ended up with a double order of Cluck You.
Yes!
No, I get 10 wings. I eat 5 today, 5 tomorrow. I had 20 wings. I ate Cluck You last week 4 days in a row. So the time that I just went to Hoboken to do a dry run because I didn't have the heart to then go meet this guy again.
Wait, what is you're dry running it? Why? Just
to make sure the key writes. I wasn't gonna make
the key. Got it. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
So the next time I went there, I didn't get Cluck You because I was Cluck You'd out. I was like, I cannot get any more. But my day today, which this episode comes out on Saturday, which is Boxing Day. I did it today earlier this week where I did pick up some more Cluck You. So that was pretty much my day. What's going on with you, Boo?
Nothing is going on. I actually don't, I usually, in between taping, have, something done that I've done to, tell you about. And I haven't. But remember last week we talked about how, you came up with you were talking about the weird names for the beverages, which was amazing. Right. And we talked about how, that's the stuff that you think about.
Okay.
When your mind's racing and whatever, and mine is things like what happens if you fill a pothole with glue.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I decided what I'm going to do. Instead of listing them off, each episode I'm going to give you a new thought of the episode.
Thought of the day.
Not thought of the day. I mean, settle down. That's what my therapist is. That's what my therapist is for. We'll give you a thought of the episode of what's in my mind recently. And some of these are very obviously things you could Google, but I don't because I just like to make up scenarios in my head. What would happen if a guy put crazy glue in his pee hole? Bam. That's what's been taking up space rent-free in my head for a while.
So if that actually did clog it, basically what would happen is your bladder...
Get poison. Yes, you get poison,
Not poison, but more or less your bladder would either get infected or it would explode.
Doesn't it at some point get in your eyeballs and turn your eyeballs yellow?
No, that is
I'm almost positive that's a thing.
That is a thing, but it's more related to an enzyme in your body. But yeah, okay. So if you know what, I'm gonna one up you because you have a thought of the week. I also would like to include a thought of the week, except my thought is spelled THOT.
Thought of the week.
That hoe over there.
That ho, ho, ho.
We were talking before we started recording that I saw a video this week where you want to talk about a thought or a thirst trap, if you will.
Thought.
It was a girl whose whole video was proving how loud she could make her boobies clap under her shirt by kind of rocking up and down and making the smack.
So
And
it was sans bra, no bra.
all of TikTok is sans bra, basically. So she has
They're
her shirt
also
on.
sans pants.
So this chick, she is like, she got so much hate for the first time she did it. So now she's backed up so you can see, because people are like, oh, you're just stomping your foot on a tile and making that sound. And she's like, notice that my feet aren't moving. And oh, you're just clapping your hand on your leg. And she's like, hands in the air, feet on carpet. And she's rocking back and forth. And it was just like, boobies, 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 boobies. That is my THOT thought of the week. Award.
That's big boob problems. Big boob adult problems.
Yeah. Now, I thought you said you had like a Christmassy story or something you wanted to share with the class.
I have a Christmassy story?
That's what I thought. It's a Christmas episode.
Well, I have Christmas trivia. I don't
That's okay.
actually.
I can go on for days. Okay.
All right, you know what? I want you to take the reins on this one. Give me some of your thoughts. Give me some of your holiday stuff.
Can I take the reindeer on this?
Oh, snap. Da-dun-dun. Ho, ho, ho's.
My sister sent me a really, really cute video the other day. It melts my heart. You know, I have a niece who is my everything, and she couldn't care less about me. I have a 9-year-old nephew who looks just like a younger version of me.
Who looks like you, but on a child's body.
Yeah, he likes me a lot, and he's great. He really is great, as much as I make fun of him. But then there's the third one who doesn't
care about you, right?
He's obsessed with my father for some reason, which is really, really strange. And yeah, he doesn't care about me so much, but he melts my heart right now because, you know, he's 5 years old and he just does and says these things that are so cute. My sister sent a video. Now, my sister, for the first year ever, has a, quote, Hanukkah tree, okay?
Hanukkah bush!
It is not a Hanukkah bush. It is a white tree with blue tinsel. It's a white Christmas tree is what it is.
Got it. It's a Hanukkah tree.
And they did something. She sent me a video that I don't know if I'll post this. Maybe I'll just show it to you, where they had Santa come to their neighborhood. And what they did was they had a fire engine come through. And so my sister records the whole thing. The whole video is like 2 minutes long. It's so long. The fire engine comes through, which is basically a cue to people in the house, come outside right now, because about 30 seconds later, another fire engine comes through, and on it is Santa waving to the people. My nephew, Bryson, makes this face where, I mean, he doesn't know a whole lot about anything, but he looks up, I mean, just in shock. Like, is Santa real? Is it not? Is it a cartoon? He looked at him with this, he was blushing with this like, oh my, and he was waving to him. My nephew Bryson, like, again, him and I are not the closest just because we haven't seen that much of each other and it's so long. It melted my fucking heart. It was so, so cute. I mean, of course, Carson standing also outside, not impressed. He's like, oh, look, Santa. Yeah, whatever. Sure.
Yeah. So no, I mean, there are, I feel like there's a point in your life where, like, especially when they're young, your niece and nephew, I have all of them. I have 4 nephews and a niece. My niece, I love all of them so much. There's a part that my niece, like, no matter what, like, she could slap me in the face and I would think it was the cutest thing ever.
Do it.
And last week, my brother sent me a video of her sledding, and they just have a tiny hill in the yard. I watched that shit like 5 times because she's laughing. She goes all of like 3 feet, which is plenty for like a 3-year-old. I almost cried.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I love that face that little kids make. I had a friend, her name is Lisa. She posted a video online of her son, Ryan, who is one of the smartest kids I've ever met in my life, seriously. And he made the best face. I captioned it. I said, he looks surprised and excited and scared all at the same time.
All at the same time.
You know that face that little kids make when they go down thing where they're like, I hate love. I'm not sure about this. You know,
yes.
I absolutely love this. So it got me thinking, because Bryson's 5, I guess he believes in Santa Claus. I mean, he's Jewish. It doesn't really matter. I'm curious with you. What was you have brothers, so they probably were just little assholes to you anyway. When was Santa ruined for you, or when did you figure it out, or how does that work in a non-Jewish household?
So I don't actually remember, and I will say my brothers, one older, one younger.
I just said brothers. I know you're a middle child.
No. But I'm saying is one younger, one older. So their age gap was like 5 years. So I didn't have that like 2 brothers ganging up. I do now. Mm-hmm. When we get together, my brothers are horrible to me. But when I was young, I had very nice brothers, and because they were so far, apart in age, like a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old aren't really like ganging up. Also, as you know, I was sick when I was a child. I had brain surgery.
Explains a lot. Yeah, I know.
So no, Alan, that's
I love you. I love your brain.
Oh man, you're lucky I'm not turning this podcast off right now, man.
Oh, I have to fill in the next 10 minutes of just talking. I can do it. Challenge accepted.
Thank you for losing one of your closest friends. You're welcome, guys. So everyone was really nice to me for so many years because you can't like really be a dick when like number one, I'm either like sick or my parents are like, don't be a dick. Like you want to be a dick to your like sister that. So I actually
no tchotchkes for you this year.
No tchotchkes for you. So I had actually a very, very unique childhood in the way that I did not. So I do not remember when Christmas was ruined, but I will follow this up with saying of anyone that was a jerk in the family, it was me.
Oh.
I was the jerk.
Why?
Because I was the middle girl and I could.
What are you going to do with your kids?
What am I going to do? What am I going to do with my kids?
Like as far as Christmas goes, are you going to tell them? Like at what point when your kid comes to you and goes, hey, Mom, Jamal at school said Santa's not real. When they're like 9, do you go, yeah?
I'm going to be like, yeah, Jamal's not an idiot. What took you so long?
Okay, what about when they're 5?
I'm going to say, what are you talking about? I don't know where he's getting his information, but nobody's told me that.
Okay, so 5, 9, let's meet in the middle. A 7-year-old? Like at what point do you just say, yeah, all right?
I feel like 7 or 8. I feel like you're not going to get past it much that like without like kids at school telling you.
Right.
So I would just wait until the kid figured out on his own.
Okay.
But what I would like to do is have my kid do a multi-denominational holiday.
Okay.
I would like my holiday to be equal parts Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa.
So right now, not that we need to put a name to this, but your first child, Russell Marshawn Dancona.
Yes. Russell Marshawn Dean K. Dancona.
DK is not good enough yet to be in a kid's name.
First of all, we've already talked about that's my baby daddy. DK is number 1 wide receiver behind Stephon Diggs. So shut your mouth.
We were watching football last weekend, and J.K. Dobbins, on the Ravens came up.
Yeah.
And of course, it immediately turns into, well, what does J.K. stand for? So, you naturally have to look it up. Jacalyn.
Jacalyn!
J apostrophe Kaylin. Kaylin. Yeah, I was like, oh, Jacalyn, okay.
Jacalyn, that's fine. It's a cool
Jacalyn.
name anyways. So wait, I'm sorry, before I cut you off, you were going to say what?
No, that was pretty much the gist of it. It was just keep on going with the flow. Here's another segue as far as kids and lying to your kids. Was there anything that your parents lied to you about in your life that you remember and nowadays you're like, okay, whether for good or for bad? Was there anything that like any lies?
Yeah. So is this Christmas based or not?
Sure, let's do Christmas based and we can always talk about it on another time for the other
Okay,
stuff,
I don't remember Christmas based, but I do have something that I have had in the back of my head because we've talked before about like, hey, I bet your parents lied to us before. Like we should think of stories.
Right.
Christmas stories. I don't remember anything, but there's one specific lie in my head that's haunted me my entire life. And do you want me to share that with you? It's non-Christmas.
Beer before liquor couldn't be sicker? Because I do that all the time.
No, it's not that. I was young. And it piggybacks onto the fact that I had brain surgery when I was younger.
Which is not anything, and I would never make a joke about
that. You're right. So when I was younger, when I was getting my surgery, I have a very vivid memories of everything that happened before and after, which is very common for people that have like traumatic events. You kind of remember all the details that surround it. So like I can remember what I was wearing, what I was eating. And 2 things that stuck out to me were, one, right before they put me under for the surgery, my parents told me, now you may not wake up, you may die. Which I was like, that
oh my God, right as you're going in under?
A really fucked up thing to tell a 5-year-old.
Holy shit.
And I also remember them telling me that they were going to take the piece of my brain that they removed, which was a small part, and put it in a jar next to my bed.
That's pretty cool.
I ended up with no brain in the jar, and I wasn't dead. So like these are the kind of things I just kind of like held in the back of my head.
In that space that your brain used to be in?
In the space, my brain. Jesus Christ, Alan, you're really. First of all, my
this is how I deal with this stuff.
I know my family listens to this. You're gonna get some hate mail. No, so like these are kind of things that I always kind of like joked about, but like once I was an adult, I kind of talked to my mom about it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? My mom was like, do you think that any parent would ever say that to a 5-year-old?
Yeah,
I'm like, I remember it like it was yesterday. She was like, you were on so many drugs, and why would we tell our 5-year-old daughter you may die? And I was also like, I said, well, what about why did you never save my brain in a jar? She was like, that, number one, we wouldn't have done it, and two, never an option. I was like, well, you told me. We were sitting outside. I remember specifically, I was laying on a bench reading Matilda. And she was like, well, that couldn't have happened because you got diagnosed and your surgery both in the winter. So anyways, my parents were not horrible. But it literally, I did not know until my 20s that my parents did not tell me I was about to die.
You know, as much as you say those vivid stories, you remember all the stuff.
Yeah.
I've heard like, you know, the different stories where people overdose and they go to the ER and they flatline and they have these outer body experiences.
Right.
Apparently, most of that stuff is all bullshit. It's just they're so high on fucking drugs. That's what they
really
think is happening. Yeah, that's not real.
Oh,
that is not real. No way. That's like,
I don't know. I'll let you know next time I overdose.
Please do not. So I didn't have any specific lies that came to my mind for the holiday time. But, I grew up with an uncle that I was very close with. Not so much anymore. Different story for a different day. He used to take me to the toy store, and he was a somewhat well-to-do uncle. And what we would do, hear me out, he would take a shopping cart, and we would start in aisle 1. And I can go up and down the aisles and fill the cart with any single thing I wanted.
You son of a bitch.
And then we played a game at the end where we narrowed everything down. He would look at the cart and then go, all right, pick out your favorite 10 things here. And then, of course, I'm like, this, and this, and get rid of the rest of the stuff. Of course, the poor boy who worked at Toys R Us that had to put all the crap back.
I was going to say, I'm like, you screwed somebody's life up.
Don't worry. Karma, I ended up working in a grocery store for 4 years where I had to do that stuff. So don't worry. Karma got me pretty good. So eventually we'd keep doing this game, and then, we'd get down to like 3 or 4 things, and sometimes I'd be like, oh, I want the stickers and the stuffed animal and the coloring book, and he'd be like, all right, pick a couple more things back into this. Like, I can't give you
all the lame things.
Right. I mean, I picked up like things that are worth, $3 total. So I'm going to sound very privileged here. I had all the cool gaming systems. When Nintendo was big, I had Nintendo. Then I had Sega. Then I had Super Nintendo. Eventually, I got PlayStation. I got PlayStation 2 like deep into college, and then that was the last time I really ever played video games. But when we went to
I thought you played Madden on something.
I played Madden on like PS2. It's just not for me. So I went to the store that one time. We went down the video game aisle, and the way it worked at our store was, all the video games were behind glass, but what they had was a little paper slip. And what you would do is you would take the paper slip, you'd go up to the front, you'd pay for it, then you'd go exchange that for the actual gift. So I remember one time we're in the video aisle, or the video game aisle, and, my uncle said, do you want any of the video games? And I turned to him, I said, oh, no. Mom says that if they're behind the glass, it means they're sold out.
Oh, your mom is a boss.
And he looked at me like, what? And I don't know what ever became more of that story. That's all I remember. But that was something he talked about a lot, being like, your mother just every time she took you to the store didn't want to buy you an expensive. I mean, video games, of all the things that have gone up and down in value over the years, I'm pretty sure video games like regular Super Nintendo games back in the day were like $50, $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like, I remember reading an article that was basically what you just said, of like, no matter what inflation and stuff is. Like video games have always, obviously they were probably a little bit cheaper, in the
No,
80s.
that's what I'm saying is they have always been kind of this set price where, yes, inflation.
Even in like the 80s, you think?
I mean, I was born in 83. I have to imagine this was the early 90s. My point is I remember video games being like, let's just say $40 to $60, which that's a lot of money. That would be almost a lot of money. Double today. Like that is a lot for that.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that was probably one of the big fibs that I never caught my mom, but we definitely talked about it throughout the years. Maybe I'll bring it up when I see her next.
Your mom's slick. You're going home for the holidays.
I am for the holidays.
Holidays.
All right, Boo, you got trivia today, huh?
I got trivia. So we're going to just do like a straight up holiday trivia. And I will preface this with saying, because if you find out later, you're going to make fun of me. There is not any Hanukkah trivia in this. And the only reason there's not Hanukkah trivia is because, number one,
you hate the Jews.
That's part of it. I did this for a couple coworkers. One, you helped me figure out a couple, so I'm not then gonna read them back to you. Okay. And this is a multi-denominational one, so all the Hanukkah ones you helped me figure out, so I can't then give them to you. So all
right, bring on the Kwanzaa. Here we go.
To our Jewish listeners, I'm sorry. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just 8 questions. We'll see. Maybe a little extra. No paper. All right. This plant, are you ready? This plant, often found in households during the holiday season, is very poisonous to cat and dogs, which is why I grew up without them in my house. What is that plant called? I will give you the color. It is red.
I thought it was going to be the Christmas tree. A plant that's red during the holidays?
People give it to each other as gifts. A lot of people have it as
mistletoe, which I don't think is. I have no idea.
It's poinsettia.
Okay.
Maybe it's more of a Christmas thing.
Yep.
All right. Well, shut up.
Go on.
Kwanzaa has 3 traditional symbolic colors. A color scheme. What are those 3 colors? I'll even take 2 of the 3 from you.
Red, green, black.
There you go. Ding,
Come
ding,
on.
ding.
Get out of here.
You always tell me, like, get out of here. But when I do ones that are too hard, you're like, bah, 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 bah. That's, for anyone that wants to know, that's the exact sound. All right. All right. In Austria and other Central European countries, Santa has an evil counterpart who punishes bad kids and steals their gifts.
Nice.
What is his name?
I mean,
there's a horror movie named after him.
A horror movie?
Yeah, I mean it's a mythical.
Is it It? Is his name It? I have no idea.
No, his name is Krampus.
Oh, I kind of knew that.
They even talked about him in the league, I think.
I kind of knew that.
All right, you kind of knew that, but you didn't actually. All right. Some of these you'll get. The movie Miracle on 34th Street.
Never heard of it.
Centers on what real-life department store?
That is big letter M. Macy's.
There you go. Macy's. Okie dokie. That's what else we got. What country did Kwanzaa begin in?
America.
America is correct.
Woo!
America, the...
Beautiful.
Interesting. All right. And since 1931, this beverage company is famous for using Santa Claus in its advertisements and packaging.
Has to be Coke.
The Coca-Cola.
Yeah, nice.
Coca-Cola.
I should have gotten 3.
You should have, but you didn't. You got that right. All right, so then we just have one more. Kwanzaa derives from the phrase Matunda ya Kwanzaa, meaning first fruits. What language is that? What language does Kwanzaa come from? This is a language we've talked about before. I told you I was trying to learn it.
Swahili.
Swahili.
Yeah.
Hey. All right, so then I'm going to give you the 2 bonus ones just for fun.
Quick.
Just for a guess. How many pounds was the Times Square New Year's Eve ball last year?
6,000.
11,875.
Damn it.
Currently, how many pounds of salt does New York City have on reserve?
2 million.
330,000.
Oh, wow.
2
That's
million.
way less.
So many people that I asked were like, 5 million. I was like, Jesus Christ, guys. Manhattan's only 8 miles long. All right, so you got 6 and 2 bonus.
I'll take
That's
it.
impressive.
Thanks.
I'm sorry that I had to leave the Chinooka ones out, but you helped me with them, so that wouldn't be fair.
Instead of 1 day of presents, we have 8
crazy nights.
That's
Look
all right.
at me taking my beard off.
Love it.
Alan, thank you for an enjoyable Christmas episode.
I am so glad that you're glad. This was a lot of fun. Can we just say, everybody who listens to these episodes, we really, really, really hope you had a happy holiday.
We hope if you're traveling, your travel goes well. We hope they're being safe, staying in small groups, wearing masks when possible. And we love you all because we know the people that are listening are people we love.
That's definitely true, except for Big Mike and Josh. All right, people.
They're good people. They're okay
everybody,
people.
Make sure that you give us a 5-star review. Tell somebody about the podcast. Hit subscribe. Hit download. We're everywhere. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, TikTok, Instagram. Do it up. Happy holidays. Daddy loves you.
Boo loves you.
We out.